Alright, what's happening? We're back with De Bello Gallico, Book 4, Chapter 33. Alright, so, Romans are about to get ambushed. We're going to see what happens. So this, genus kind, pugni, a fighting, SX exetes is from chariots. Primo, at first. And if you notice here, this is from like Equus horse. And so this is, basically they rock the horse or whatever they ride. Per omnes partes, through all parts. And Koyikian Tella, and throw spears. Aquae. And if you notice, we have a different and with aquae than we do the ets. The ets are kind of, the ets are separating one thing, the aquae a different thing. So, for example, the ets are separated, the first et's separating those two, and then the aquae is separating that from the next verb, which is perturbant. And they perturbant, disturb, or vex. Vex is a good word. Vex, ordines. The ranks, plurumque, mostly. Alright, and then, ablative of means. By the ipso terror, by the terror itself of horses, and by the strepitu. By the creaking or rattling of wheels. And cum when they have. Alright, and insinuate, that's kind of the verb they use with snakes and what snakes do. This is almost like slither in. I know that a lot of the dictionaries will tell you introduce, but know that it's kind of like, much like a snake and what it does, like they're slithering themselves into the group. And when they have introduced themselves, say, enter among. Alright, the termas equitum, among the troops of horsemen. They jump down. Alright, exetes from their chariots. And porleantor, you reckon as porleum is battle, but this is the verb form. And they battle on foot.
Morning.
What's happening?
With Duke Energy. Do you mind if I check along your wall real quick?
Yeah, I've had it. Intro, meanwhile, the Argai, the charioteers, Palatum. Little by little. Alright, leave or yield. From battle. And they, Coloquant, they place their chariots. Ita in such a way. And it's going to set up this. You've got the Ita, the result clause. Alright, and they place their chariots in such a way that if they our perimeter are pressed a multitudine hostium by a multitude of enemies. Habeant. They have a receptum expeditum. They have an unhindered, unimpeded. Retreat. Suos to their own. Suos, and of course, heaven forbid we put a Weiros in there, but to their own men. Alright, so the charioteers, alright, they've got a plan here. So they're not just like ducking from battle, they are actually retreating in such a way that they can make for an easy exit if need be, but also they're not doing it all at once. They're doing it bit by bit. So, you know, some people can still contribute and cover the others. And also, yeah, it just doesn't seem like, it seems like it's a plan. It doesn't seem like it's just one big freak out. So it's a pretty good strategy they got going on. Alright, so Ita, thus. Oh, that's. Wait. That's not much better, but whatever. Thus, priced on, they display. Alright. Mobilitatem equitum. Mobility of cavalry. And I don't know why there's not an ed in there, but stability of infantry, of foot folk. Alright, employees in battles. So they can control their horses and they can fight on foot. So interesting, Caesar's giving them a lot of praise. And efficient tantum, and they accomplish tantum so much. Alright, by quotidiano usu et excretatione. Quotidiano, by daily use. We'll go practice, and not a game. We're talking about practice here. By daily practice or use, and exercise or training. And then we've got an uti. They accomplish so much by this, and I don't know why they put an I in there. Some texts have the I, some don't. That, and we've got the tantum, we've got the ud, so you know we got to have some sort of result clause here. that. All right, and our verb is all the way at the end. That they have been accustomed. And then we need to rock all these infinitives, and luckily we've got the ets here to separate our infinitives. And if you notice that, that's actually going to break things up quite a bit and make it easier. So we're dealing with, section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5. We can break this up into, smaller bits. They've been accustomed to sucinere. To sustain, I'm going to go control here. To control, they're incitatos equos. They're incited horses. In a declining, that's declivi, declining, and a precipitous loco, and steep place. And if you notice, we have an och here, which is separate from the eds, to let you know that flectere and moderare are actually going together. And to control and turn them all right, breve, briefly or sharply, or on a dime, and I procure and to to run them through a pole through on a pole. They're not literally going through a pole. And I insistere to stand on the yoke, which is like what harnesses the horse in, and then we're at recipere se, recover themselves, back into the chariots. Catissime, very quickly. So there is a lot going on there that they are able to do. So much going on, and Caesar's noticing these things, and he's giving them great praise. He's, saying, hey, they can do all this stuff. Crazy good ability with, fighting on horses and on foot and transitioning between the two. And they do this because they practice it daily.